I'm going to tell you a secret, Jimmy. It's my secret. I want you to promise to keep it all your life.
Yes, I promise.
This night is not like other nights. I've never spoken to anyone like this before. I want you to remember it. You know, Jimmy, at odd times, freedom of will is a crushing weight, and it's not always possible to choose. I'm in love, Jimmy, as no human being was ever in love before. And of course every man says that, and they're right. But I cannot go on living any longer.
You can't go on living? Why?
Because the person I love cannot love me.
How do you know?
How do I know? That's a very intelligent question. I just know, that's all. A single glance was enough to foresee years of useless suffering.
Then don't see the person.
It's not so easy, Jimmy.
What are you going to do?
The strangest thing I've ever done in my whole life. I'm going to hurl myself against fate as you hurl yourself against a stone wall.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry, Jimmy, I was thinking out loud. It's better not to know what men are thinking. It's almost always sad or shameful. I'm not ashamed. But I'm alone. Hopelessly alone.
How can you be alone? I'm here. You're so funny tonight.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have spoken.
So you're in love with Angelina. Why don't you marry her?
For all you've understood of our conversation is that I'm in love with Angelina.
Isn't that what you meant?
Angelina? Who knows? She might have been my salvation.
And you haven't told me a story yet. Tell me a story about your country.
All right. A story about my country. Let's see. Very well. In Poland, around about 1720, there lived a boy called Jan.
Like you?
Yes. He was my great-grandfather's brother.
Then it's a true story.
Absolutely true. He was in love to the verge of madness. And one day, when he saw the person he loved wouldn't even look at him, he fell into a frenzy and killed his love.
Why?
Perhaps because he thought he'd stop being in love and suffering at the same time.
Shouldn't have killed that person who'd done nothing to him.
He couldn't help it, Jimmy. There are times when men commit the most terrible crimes without being able to help it. But then something happened which he hadn't foreseen.
What?
He went on being in love with the person he'd killed.
Really?
For years and years. And then one day, this is what happened. God took Jan in his great hand and very gently broke him to pieces.
What does that mean? Very gently broke him to pieces?
Well, life will show you how God goes about it to break a man to pieces. Sometimes it takes 20, 30 years. A whole life. But he does what he wishes, and time is his own.
I don't understand.